Cultural intelligence is a critical skill in surviving and thriving in today's global environment. In the second edition, we applied cultural intelligence broadly to people's interactions, not just in organizations, but in their daily lives. In this third edition, we focus on how to develop this critical ability. We are reminded daily of the globally interconnected world in which we live. Events on one side of the globe reverberate instantaneously on the other. Globalization has many effects, but one of the most important is the dramatic increase in the opportunity and need to interact with people who are culturally different from us. We are exposed on a daily basis to a wide variety of attitudes, values, beliefs, and assumptions that culturally different individuals hold about appropriate behavior. In order to solve the problems of today's global society, indeed in order to function day to day, we must learn to understand and integrate these differences. The range of cultures we encounter in the multicultural cities in which we live may be slightly unusual, but only slightly, as migration patterns around the world respond to rapid economic and political changes. The world is becoming more interdependent. To keep pace, we must all learn to think globally. We must all develop our cultural intelligence. The aim of this book is to help you acquire the global people skills you need to deal with individuals from other cultural backgrounds, which will make you more effective in your all-around performance in the years ahead. It is for people who travel overseas and encounter new cultures, as well as for those who stay at home and find that other cultures have come to them. It is about acquiring the cultural intelligence not only to survive without embarrassment in a new multicultural environment, but also to pursue your goals with the confidence needed for success. Like its predecessors, this book is different from many other books you may have seen about cross-cultural skills or living and working in other countries. First, this book is not country-specific. We do not provide laundry lists of drills and routines that should be applied in this country or that. Our intent is rather to help you to acquire a way of thinking and being that can be applied to any number of countries and cultures. Second, this book is based on years of sound academic research. However, it is not an academic text, and we have tried to present important concepts in a straightforward way. To make the learning concrete, we have illustrated each chapter with a number of case studies in cross-cultural behavior from various cultural settings. Finally, we don't promise that this book will solve all your interpersonal problems, either at work or in your daily life. However, we sincerely believe that if you read and apply the concepts outlined here, you will be well on your way to acquiring a critical contemporary skill: cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence builds on earlier concepts that you have probably heard of: the intelligence quotient, IQ, and emotional intelligence, EQ, the idea that it is important how we handle our emotions. Cultural intelligence, CQ, incorporates the capability to interact effectively across cultures. The concept is easy to understand, but it takes time and effort to develop high levels of skill. Becoming culturally intelligent is essentially learning by doing and has useful outcomes beyond the development of intercultural skills. In addition, different cultures are fascinating, and learning about them can be a lot of fun. The first 3 chapters outline the fundamentals of cultural intelligence. Chapter 1 shows how a lack of cultural intelligence can negatively affect intercultural interactions. In it, we examine the problems with current methods of addressing these cross-cultural issues and identify acquiring cultural intelligence as a more productive approach. The next 2 chapters outline the principles and practice of cultural intelligence. In Chapter 2, we help you to understand what cultural differences are and how they are reflected in different people's behavior. Chapter 3 helps you to discard your assumptions about the way people should behave, practice mindfulness, a kind of attention to culturally based behavior, and develop skills for use in cross-cultural situations.